What's up, guys? Welcome to Mystery Vault. So without wasting any time, let's jump right in. The story begins with a woman witnessing something terrifying. A bizarre, deadly virus had spread across the earth. Once infected, a person's body would slowly start to harden, turning completely rigid, like stone. Depending on their skin tone, people would transform into marble of that exact color. But once the entire body became stone, it would eventually crack and crumble away, leaving nothing but dust and ash. The tale kicks off in an apartment where a group of teenagers is throwing a wild party. In the middle of all the fun and chaos, a guy pulls out a tattoo machine from his bag. High on drugs and alcohol, he tattoos a strange symbol onto the arm of a girl named Alpha. Because of the booze, Alpha feels the needle sting a bit, but she doesn't react much and brushes it off. By evening, she stumbles home feeling exhausted. Her mother smells the alcohol on her and gets furious. She drags Alpha to the bathroom and starts scrubbing her down with hot water. As soon as she removes Alpha's jacket, she spots the fresh tattoo. Her mom starts yelling, "Where were you? Why did you get this tattoo?" Alpha, shocked, replies, "I don't even know how it happened." Hearing this, her mom explodes with anger. But deep down, it's pure fear. Alpha's mother works as a nurse, and she's terrified of the petrification virus. No one knows where this virus came from or how it spread so fast. The worst part? It can lie dormant in the body for a very long time without any symptoms. By the time people realized what was happening, it had already infected almost half the world's population. Alpha's mom panics, thinking the tattoo needle might have been dirty and contaminated. She quickly disinfects the area with alcohol and tells Alpha, "Come to the hospital tomorrow. You need a tetanus shot." That night, Alpha overhears her mom muttering angrily in the other room. Assuming it's about her, she gets upset, storms to her room, and stares out at the building across the street. An idea hits her. She puts on her shoes and jacket, grabs her backpack, and prepares to run away. But as soon as she steps onto the balcony, a violent storm shakes the entire building. Despite the danger, Alpha pushes forward. Hearing her daughter scream, her mom rushes to the bathroom. Alpha is dangling precariously, barely holding on. Suddenly, the building shakes again, then the storm dies down. Her mom pulls her back inside safely. Seeing how heartbroken her mother is, Alpha hugs her tightly and keeps saying, "Sorry," over and over. This time, her mom doesn't scold her. She just says softly, "It's okay. Just be more careful from now on." The next morning, Alpha goes to the hospital where her mom works. The nurse prepares a tetanus shot, but Alpha is terrified of needles. The nurse thinks maybe Alpha doesn't trust her, so she offers to call her mom, but Alpha stops her and says, "I'll do it myself." To secretly check if her daughter might already be infected, Alpha's mom tells the nurse, "Take a blood sample too." The hospital is overloaded with samples, though. Testing everything immediately is impossible. The nurse warns results will take at least 2 weeks. Later, while checking patients in the ICU, Alpha's mom notices the corridor, once packed, is now eerily empty. No one brought dinner to the patients the night before. Out of fear of this untreatable virus with no vaccine, all the nurses had collectively resigned. The patients are in critical condition. Those with over 85% infection can't even care for themselves anymore. Their bodies are completely rigid. The virus doesn't spread through air, so it's still somewhat contained. When she reaches the deepest part of the ward, she sees a heartbreaking sight. A patient who was conscious yesterday is now fully petrified into stone on the hospital bed. Calmly, she removes the sensors from his body and whispers a respectful goodbye to his final moments. Because she had to go to the hospital, Alpha ends up late for her morning classes. When it's time to submit homework, the teacher calls her over. As Alpha turns, the wound on her hand splits open unnoticed, and blood drips onto the desk. The whole class freezes in shock. Alpha tries to explain, "It's just a cut on my hand." But the fear of the virus is so intense that everyone assumes she's infected. To prevent panic, the teacher sends her to the school doctor's room. Her friends stare at her strangely, making Alpha feel deeply hurt. She packs her books and hurries out of the classroom. As soon as she's outside, a boy named Adrian runs after her. In truth, Adrian and Alpha are in love with each other. Back home, Alpha plans to rest. But when she enters her room, she finds an extra bed there. Confused, she goes to the living room and sees everything messed up. Thinking a burglar broke in, she calls her mom. But when she returns to her room, she sees a strange man lying there. Terrified, she hides in the kitchen, locks the door, grabs a small knife from the table, and warns him, "Don't come near me." The man calmly says, "Don't be scared. Look at me," he reveals. "I'm your mama, your mother's younger brother. When you were little, you used to play in my lap." But Alpha doesn't remember any uncle. If he really is her mama, why hasn't he shown up in the last 10 years? He explains that his health has been bad, so he's lived in different places and only just returned. He has nowhere else to stay, so he's come to their home. His story sounds plausible, but Alpha still doesn't trust him fully. As she's trying to recall if she ever had an uncle, he steps forward and takes the knife from her hand. Just then, her mom arrives home from work. Alpha runs to her for help. Her mom says casually, "So you've met your mama. Now it's clear." He was telling the truth. Later, Alpha goes back to the hospital for her sample collection. Because of the huge crowd of patients, she has to wait in the inquiry area. While sitting there, she spots her English teacher bringing in an infected elderly man. Alpha greets them politely. After the sample is taken, she returns to school and attends classes. But during sports period, her hand wound bursts open again and blood gets on the volleyball. Seeing the blood, her classmates look at her with disgust and fear. Even the teacher panics, thinking she might be infected, and tells her, "Go get treated right away." When Alpha turns back, she sees the teacher wrapping the ball in a towel and throwing it in the trash. Being isolated and hated by her friends hurts Alpha deeply. Even Adrian seems a little scared. When she realizes he's also treating her like she's infected, she storms out of the gym in anger and sadness. After school, Alpha and her mom go to her grandmother's house. It's Eid, and the whole family and friends have gathered for food. But as they reach the stairs, Alpha sees two men sleeping in the hallway with syringes scattered on the floor. They avoid it and reach her nanny's place. Her mama and others are already there, busy with their things. Alpha sits quietly at the table. Amin, her mama, got addicted to drugs at a young age, and since then the family has treated him badly. No one talks to him. During dinner, Alpha notices Amin go into a room, and her mom quietly follows. Peeking through a small gap in the door, she sees Amin unconscious on the floor while her mom tries to treat him. When Alpha appears, her mom quickly shuts the door. Then Nani arrives. Not wanting to see sadness on her face, Alpha lies. "Mom isn't feeling well. She's resting in the room." Nani doesn't question it and lovingly strokes Alpha's face and saying, "Always stay happy." Back at school, kids continue treating Alpha badly because no one knows exactly how the virus spreads. Everyone fears she's infected and avoids her. During swimming class, some kids surround her and say, "Don't get in the pool." Alpha hates being bullied, so she spits on them and says, "Here, now you've got it too." Later, the girl she spat on takes revenge by pulling Alpha from behind during swimming, and others join in trying to drown her. Alpha fights back, but accidentally hits her head on the pool wall, causing heavy bleeding. Seeing blood in the pool, the classmates panic and run away. Hearing about her daughter's injury, her mom rushes to school, but the principal doesn't punish the kids. Instead, tells Alpha, "Take a few days off." In reality, many parents had complained, worried that Alpha might be infected and shouldn't be near their children. Her mom pleads, "Wait for the report," but the principal insists, "Take her home and come back only when the report is clear." With no other choice, her mom takes Alpha home. At the hospital, she checks the report. But the virus stays hidden so long that blood tests can't confirm it until symptoms appear. She examines Alpha's throat and body carefully. Early signs include the throat turning stone-like first, coughing up stone dust, and stomach pain from internal hardening. She finds no dust or reaction. Just as she thinks Alpha is safe, Alpha starts coughing violently. Stone dust appears near her mouth. Her mom freezes. Alpha rushes to the mirror, sees it herself, and is stunned. She never imagined a party would lead to this. Knowing her daughter is truly infected, her mom becomes desperate. She searches for a cure, but the stone virus has raged for 10 years with no vaccine or understanding of transmission. Scientists are helpless. Patients only see strange hallucinations. Exhausted, she lies at a desk, unsure what to do. She goes to Alpha's room to comfort her. But at the door, she sees a shocking scene. Amin and Alpha on the bed, moving in perfect sync. Seeing her daughter in pain, she can only pray. Then she remembers the virus's early days. Hospitals overwhelmed, entrances blocked, security refusing entry. Desperate patients rioted. She sympathized, but couldn't help everyone. Black body bags lined corridors with no families to claim them. Doctors tried everything, but infection speed varied. Some turned in a day, Others took years. Sadly, Amin was from the first wave. His back was already stone. When she tried drawing blood, it wouldn't stop flowing. Suddenly, his stone back cracked open. With infection confirmed, Alpha can't go to school anymore and stays home with Amin. Her mom never says it directly, but Alpha knows her uncle is sick too. At first she hated him, but after the world's cruelty at school, she starts feeling sorry for him. One day, her mom comes home early with a big bottle of water and insists Alpha drink a lot. Alpha doesn't understand why, so she sips a little. Seeing her carelessness, Mom forces more down her throat. Later it's revealed. Patients who drink more water turn to stone slower and get slight throat relief. But it's temporary. Amin knows it's useless. If the body is weak, the virus can petrify in just 3 hours. The only real cure is a vaccine. But she's just an ordinary doctor. If top scientists failed for years, what can she do? Amin tells his sister, if Alpha's already infected, don't lock her away. Let her live life fully. Who knows how much time she has left? But fearing spread, Mom refuses. They argue badly. To stop Alpha from running away, Mom locks the doors. That evening, a depressed Alpha tosses in bed, feeling her life will end like this. Suddenly, a loud noise. She wakes up. Everything seems normal. It was just a dream. Seeing his sad niece, Amin opens the window and sneaks her out. He takes her to a secret spot full of infected people. Laughing, talking, dancing. No judgment, no bad treatment. They feel free from the outside world's pressure. Seeing this, Alpha's mood lifts instantly. She joins them dancing all night. In the morning, as they leave, Amin tells her, whatever time you have left, do everything you want. Let out all your hidden feelings. Hearing this, Alpha thinks of Adrian and goes to his house. He's happy to see her. But then she notices the exact same tattoo on Amin's back as hers. The truth hits. Adrian gave her the tattoo that night. Furious, she yells at him, "Your tattoo machine had the virus! Get tested now!" Before he can respond, she storms out. She boards a bus, wanting to escape the world, but Amin is already there. He takes her to the beach and asks, "Will you do one thing for me?" Alpha thinks he needs peace, but suddenly he pulls out drugs. She wants to stop him but can't find words. Before she can, he passes out. She runs to a nearby hotel and calls her mom. Hearing about her brother, Mom rushes there. On the way, memories flood back. 10 years ago, same beach, same hotel. Amin had sneaked little Alpha out, did drugs in the room. Mom arrived just as he stopped breathing. She saved him with an adrenaline shot. Now history repeats. Amin's condition worsens. His body slowly petrifies completely, seeing her brother, only half his face left. Mom's heart breaks. She lies beside his stone form. But when she opens her eyes again, she's home. And Alpha is in her room. The truth? Amin actually died from the disease 8 years ago. Alpha's mom never got over it and became infected herself while treating patients. What she saw as Amin was a hallucination from the virus. Infected people see bizarre things that feel real, things that never happened. Seeing her mom sad, Alpha sings the lullaby her mom used to sing to her as a child. In that moment, everything clicks. Alpha holds her mom's hand. They leave home to say goodbye to family. As they step out, a yellowish dust storm appears in the distance. The car's windshield quickly covers with thick dust. Dust from all those who turned to stone. Seeing the empty roads and dust everywhere, Alpha's heart aches. Soon they reach Nani's house. Mom opens the car door and walks toward the apartment. As she steps out, Alpha sees her uncle appear again. Brother and sister laugh and walk away together. Alpha starts to run after them. But stepping out, she sees Amin dissolve into dust. Her mom collapses on the ground crying. Alpha freezes. Signs of the disease now show on her own face too. The harsh truth? Alpha's entire family and neighbors were infected in the virus's early days. The sand on the ground is actually people who petrified and crumbled. In the end, Alpha accepts the reality and decides. Whatever life remains, she'll live it happily. If you love this mystery, smash that like button, subscribe to Mystery Vault, and turn on notifications for more mind-blowing movie mysteries explained. See you in the next one.